Cool, alrighty. Welcome, everyone. As you can see, this is a meetup in collaboration, GDG Cloud London with GDG Cloud Modena, which are these lovely people that we can see there. Hello, Modena. Say hi. Yes, nice one. Nice one. Amazing. Also, big thank you to Datatonic. This is the amazing Datatonic office in London, Canary Wharf. Last but not least, we've got Zeren, Chris. Hey, Chris, our lovely sponsor, Zeren. We're going to hear from Zeren a little bit more in a minute. So, hi, I'm Stefano. I work as an engineering manager for the Times in London. You can connect there if you want. And I'm also one of the organizers of GDG Cloud London, along with Natalie and Bruno over there. And we also have a couple of people from the other London group, which is GDG London. We've got Chris over there, and Ines. She's all the way back there. It's fine, she's chit-chatting with someone. So what we're going to be doing today, a really quick intro, then we're gonna hear 1 minute from the sponsor, Chris. Then there is the tech talk given by these two amazing guys here. And then we're gonna run a food and drinks and networking. So given that that's an effort, GDG Cloud London and GDG Cloud Modena, it would be great if you can scan the other, group and, subscribe to the other, because you never know, you might find yourself in Italy, and you might want to go to one of the GDG Cloud Modena events, and vice versa for you guys over there. If you happen to be in London, scan this, and you can, come in on our events. Chris, you want to say something? Zeren is the lovely sponsor. Zeren is a company that I personally collaborate with at the Times. I think I've hired with you guys hundreds, thousands of people. No, thousands of people. No, easily 15. Easily 15 throughout last year. So they do their job very, very well.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm the pizza delivery guy. So I hope it was all quite nice. Thank you. That's about it, really. No, we're Zeren. So I'm a senior global director for technology and product hiring for a search firm called Zeren. We're essentially a talent partner to businesses like The Times, hopefully Datatonic. But no, jokes aside, we build engineering and product functions for those businesses, all the way from software engineers all the way up to CTOs. So we've got an end-to-end platform that we offer services to. But this is pretty much us. And if you guys ever wanted to chat about anything to do with search, I'm here. Network afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, I can personally vouch for these guys. So next, after the talk, we're gonna run a raffle, giving away a few Google goodies over here, a couple of beanies, baseball cap, so good stuff. So stick to the end. If some of the people from Modena are going to win, we've got the queens here, Mirko and Maurizio. When they are back in Italy, they're gonna hand deliver these goodies to you. It's great. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So Maurizio and Mirko, who are both lead Google Cloud Instructor. Wow, that's a really fancy title, right? They are going to deliver crafting intelligent generative agents in Google Cloud, which is amazing. Well done. So take it away, and after the talk, Q&A, and then raffle. Thanks, everyone, and have fun.
Thank you, Stefano, for the great introduction. And we are here for the talk now to explore how to do agent builder, how to use agent builder with Vertex AI. But before this, I just wanted to tell you who we are. So we are Maurizio Ipsale and Mirko Giglioli, and we are lead Google Cloud trainers. We deliver training courses officially for Google Cloud, and we work for Datatonic. Datatonic is a big Google Cloud partner, 9 times partner of the year, and new training partner of the year. So rather than consultant, we deliver lots of trainings officially for Google, we cover the entire portfolio of the official training for getting certified in Google Cloud, and not only for technologies that we have in Google Cloud. And as you can imagine, we are delivering many training courses nowadays about generative AI, which is the buzzword, but not only buzzword, is a real thing. And Mirko, please introduce this Datatonic page.
Yeah, of course, we are always looking for talents. Okay, you can visit the career page at datatonic.com/careers. Here you can find many vacancies, which actually are, you can search that. We are looking for analytics engineer, machine learning engineer, DevOps engineer, and many others. Okay, so again, if you are curious, if you want to get in touch, I mean, you can find everything online. Okay, great. So I think, Maurizio, we can start with the talk. Let me put the slideshow. Okay, so today,
okay, we're going to talk about this new tool that we have in Vertex AI. Vertex AI is an umbrella service in Google Cloud, which is including all the services related to artificial intelligence and machine learning. And nowadays, they are introducing a new tool, which is called the Vertex AI Agent Builder, which is the main topic of this talk. Agent Builder is a way to create agents. So we are in the era of generative AI, and we started talking of generative AI a bit more than 1 year ago. And at the beginning, generative AI was just a matter of LLM, so large language models. But now we realize that what we really want from generative AI is not just a language model, it's not a probabilistic model, but we want an agent, we want an assistant, something that could help us in our daily tasks. Okay, and that's why we are seeing this. So in Vertex AI, we have agent builder, model garden. But again, we want to focus on this. Why agent builder is so important nowadays? Because it can help almost everyone to create his own agent with a low code to no code solution. And this is what we're going to see in our talk. Okay, that's the architecture of what we are going to creating together now. So the idea is I want to build an agent, and the agent, so in this case, we are just building a chatbot agent, but this could be integrated with any third-party service, so not only an agent. So the idea is the agent builder is going to help us creating many agents at the end of the day. So for example, when the user is saying hi, we start seeing the HR agent. This is the example we are explaining now. All of these agents are powered by Gemini, that you know is the offering of LLM and generative AI in Google and Google Cloud. But the good news is that we can also customize the agent based on our needs. So the idea is, based on what the user is saying, we are forwarding to different agents. So I'm pretty sure you all have the experience of a chatbot, which is saying, okay, how can I help you? No, for this reason, maybe I have to put you through a human agent. So please replace the second part. I can put you through another generative AI agent. Focus on it. So generative AI agent is like microservices for software. Now we have micro agents. That's really nice, and it's also nice because we can do it in a few minutes without writing code, or maybe without including code in the agent. So we can interact with external code, as we're going to see in a while. So for example, if I'm asking for info, the idea is that the HR agent is put me through an info agent, which is another agent that I can configure in Vertex AI. And here we have the magic, which is any agent could be connected with some tool. we have many tools that can be integrated in the agent, in Agent Builder. In this case, this tool is based on what we are doing in generative AI, based on what we call RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. So we all know that generative AI is a great technology, but it suffers from some drawbacks. So for example, they can hallucinate. So hallucination is one of the problems that we still have with generative AI. At the end of the day, they are probabilistic models. So they don't know what they are saying, what they are generating. So what we miss in the traditional generative AI model and large language model is the ground truth. So it seems there is no way to evaluate if the answer we are getting from our generative AI model is related to a truth or to an hallucination. So we played a lot. I'm pretty sure all of us played a lot in the last year with generative AI, and we had the experience of getting results that could be nice or not. But for a professional service, I can't accept my model will hallucinate. But at the same time, being the model a probabilistic model, at the moment, there's no way in the language model, in the generative AI model, to assure 100% is not hallucinating. What can we do? We can introduce a side technology, which is called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. So we ask our model to generate content not only based on the prompt, which is the input we are giving to our model, but based on an external ground truth, external source of data. That's the trick. So in this case, Workspace Docs is actually the tool we are creating together, is a tool which is connected to a vector data store. Vector data store is a data store created based on the same technology used for generative AI. At the end of the day, they are embeddings, which is the technology used for any large language model. Good news, that workspace, frequently asked question in this case, so that database should not be a traditional database. So it could be, but it doesn't have to be a traditional database. It could be just a list of PDF files, for example, which is amazing. So we can use any information we have in lots of files that we are using, like procedures, like frequently asked questions, like we are doing this, to power the answer we are getting from our tool. That's the trick, you know? So we are adding the ground truth to what we are generating. And another good news, when the large language model is giving us the output, it can also explain why. So why are you telling me this? I'm telling you this because this is written in the file procedure ABC, page 45, row 32. So it's the best way to check if the model is saying the truth or not. Okay? Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, so just adding something. So here, what we are gonna do, and also we are gonna demonstrate that it's very simple in Google Cloud using Agent Builder to basically apply certain technology that actually could be very complicated. Like, for instance, using like a Gemini workspace, implementing a knowledge base based on vector, as we said. Also implementing RAG, which is not easy. So here, what we are gonna show you is that we can all implement these things very, very easily, okay, using Agent Builder. So that's actually the new thing that comes out from next. Google Cloud is pushing a lot on Agent Builder in order to let people create agent very, very simply, okay? And this is what we need. So we can actually build our own agent very, very seamlessly, okay? So in this case, we will see two flows. The first flow is like think about I'm looking information about workspace, okay? We are gonna see two agents acting. The first one is like generic agent, which is acting like an HR that doesn't know anything. The second one is a specialized agent, okay, that is able to respond to workspace questions, okay, that are actually passed through the HR agent, okay? And because the info agent is actually able to retrieve this information from the database, from the vector database using RAG technology, okay, can actually answer that question back to the user. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so this is one thing that we're gonna see that. Okay, later how we do build, and everything happens under the umbrella of agent builder. The other thing we are gonna see is that imagine that the user has some issue with IT. Okay, something that is not working, I cannot connect to internet, things like that. Okay, this is not related to workspace, right? So we can have another agent, in this case a ticket agent, that again is a specialized agent that is able to basically use another tool for doing what? Well, in this case, we are going to use a cloud function in Google Cloud, okay? And in that cloud function, we do these things. We take the problem, we use another model, which is PALM2, to categorize what the problem is about network, is about software, is about, okay, so basically that model is another language model that we can use that parse the user request, okay, and understand, categorize, okay, using, large language model, basically. And based on that, we can write that into a database, which is stored somewhere, in this case, Firestore, okay? So we are creating a ticket. We are creating a ticket elaborating what the user passes, okay? So altogether, the assistant architecture that we are going to present today looks like this. So we have actually three agents. The first one is a generic agent, okay, and two specialized agents. We are going to use prompt engineering, okay, to make those things specialized. Prompt engineering is a very important methodology to let the model works basically in a better manner, okay? And we are going to do that in the prompt engineering. We also apply prompt engineering once we categorize the ticket, and we replace some tool.
Just adding something to this. So this is the agent builder we are creating for this event. Number one, this is not limited. So you can add whatever agent you want. So imagine you keeping the HR agent as the first point of contact. You can forward the you can forward the requests to any agent specialized for any specific thing. And then to program any agent, we don't need to write any code. We have just to tell this agent who is and what is his role. So for example, you will see in a while in info agent, we say, okay, your role is to answer to any information regarding general information on Google Workspace. And to do this, please use the tool Workspace Docs. For the ticket agent, we are telling him, you are a ticket agent. So no, it's natural language. So we are just specifying the role, you are a ticket agent. And just in case you recognize that the user is asking help for any reason, then go to the ticket logger. So in this example, the only service which is including code is the ticket logger, which is a cloud function, as Mirko said. But because this is a function who is interacting with a traditional database, okay, it's a NoSQL database, a traditional database. So again, the idea is we have no limits. So we can mix traditional databases, vector databases, new and old language models, because Gemini is the new offering, but categorized ticket, we are using Palm 2, which is another offering by Google. Again, if you are doing this in Google Cloud, it's not mandatory using the Google Cloud, the Google language models. So if you are happy with your own language model, or you are downloaded yours by Hugging Face or by any other repository, you can keep the same architecture and power the single agent with the language model you prefer. And that's another interesting thing. Okay, let's connect to the Google Cloud console. Let's see it.
I hope actually it's visible also remotely.
Yeah, I think that they can see it. Let's just show first. We are having here. So I just want to show you how easy creating a new app builder is, and then we switch to show you what is already created. So creating an app is just a matter of clicking on Create App. Do it, please. Yeah. Yes, why not? So I have to pass to you the microphone. Sorry. Do we have the other microphone? No? Can you use that? Can you try, please? Thank you. So I don't have to move. Just a moment. No, no. I was joking.
If you go back to previous slide, where you have a HR agent. Now here, if I ask a question to HR agent, give me information about ticket, how does it decide which agent to call, ticket or info?
We're gonna see it in a few minutes, but again, so the task is routing. So we are telling him, you are a routing agent. You don't have to answer questions. You will see in a while, but you have to tell him, you don't have to answer questions by yourself. Otherwise, we risk hallucination, you remember? So we have to specify with prompt engineering, that's part of prompt engineering. So specify, please don't answer. Please shut up and just forward your message. So try to understand what is the goal, the intent of your user. And if the goal is related to some ticket, please forward to an agent whose name is ticket agent. We're going to specify the name. If you recognize an intent like this, but again, it's just a matter of natural language processing, so just explaining. And as you, since it is based on this, again, no limits of the amount of agents you can create. Okay.
Yeah, always remember to, prompt engineering, you have to be concise, you have to be specific, okay? Ask what exactly you want and provide as much important information that we have, okay? This is going to be what we are going to do in the prompt engineering.
Exactly. So as I was saying before, so first we're going to show you how to create a new app, which is just a matter of clicking on create. This is the Google Cloud Platform console. Okay, we are in the service which is called Agent Builder, as you can see from the left part of the window, and then we click on Create App. When you click on Create App, we are asked of which type of app we want to create. So here we are talking about agents, but there are also other apps you can create, recommendation engines, search engine, all of them based on generative AI. Okay, agent is the new offering. So if we click on agent, we try, but we are not moving on. So you can create an agent, just selecting the region, and then what we're going to see is the other window. Please show me the window of the agent we already created because of time, but we already created one. But as you can see, this is the agent console. So this is exactly the console you will see if you are creating a new one. And it's just a matter of populating that fields. So let's see how we populated this. So this is the default one, what Mirko called the HR agent. So the first point of contact. As you can see here, we have to specify an agent name, just a name, default generative agent, the goal. Here we have the answer to the question. You are an HR agent. You help employees by directing them to other agents. So now, let's be clear. So you are this, this is your goal, and stop. In the instructions, we are specifying using some prompt engineering technique, okay, which is we say prompt is the new code, no? We need every developer should learn more than developing code, should learn how to write prompts.
That's why we do training.
That's exactly, Mirko. That's why we do training. Oh, by the way, we deliver a 3 days training course just for prompt engineers, you know. So and he's having a great success. So again, let's read together. Number one, if the employee hasn't been greeted yet, greet them, introduce yourself, and ask how you can help. So it's like you are teaching a new hired to do his job. If the employees, and here the answer, if the employees want information, but I'm not explaining what it means. I'm leveraging the power of Gemini. So I'm just explaining. If the employee wants information, route them to. And then I'm specifying the agent name.
That's a variable.
Then in this case, exactly, it's a variable. In this case, info agent. Okay. Read the following sentence. Do not try to help them or answer any of their questions yourself. You know, we realized that we made a lot of trials to do this, and realized that when we didn't put that sentence, sometimes it was working, sometimes he was trying to answer by himself without any ground truth. We wanted to avoid it. And then our idea was, so Mirko, why don't we tell him not to do it? And it works. It works. If the employee is experiencing an issue, or they say, I want to create an IT service desk, route them to ticket agent. This prompt can be as long as you need. As long as you need. So the limit is 1 billion, I don't remember, 1 billion words. So it's crazy. Okay, again, do not try to help them or answer any of their questions yourself. Then we created the new agent. So let's explore, for example, the info agent. Okay, the info agent is the one, if you remember, related to the RAG. Okay, so info agent again, goal. You help employees find information about Google Workspace. Okay, again, Mirko said, be concise, get to the point. Don't use words like, please, can you help us in doing this, in doing that? I know that maybe could be a kind way to do it, but we don't need it, okay? We need to get to the point. That's a new instruction. So now the instruction is you have to invoke an external tool, which by the way is not external in this case. Invoke the tool whose name is Workspace Docs to find information that may answer the user questions. And again, why we added this sentence, Mirko is highlighting right now. Because before writing this sentence, whenever we were asking about something which was not included in the database, in the data set, in the data store, sorry, it was trying to hallucinate again. Yeah, it was it doesn't say I don't know. Never say, yeah, exactly. Makes up. So because at the end of the day, they don't know that they don't know. That's not philosophy. That's generative AI. So it's an agent. So it's not a human being. So you just try with a probabilistic model to complete the sentence. So when you say the model is hallucinating, he's not aware he's hallucinating. That is the reason why we should be specific about, okay, if you find the answer on the database, that's fine, give us the answer. If you don't find the answer, please say, I don't know, or something like this. I couldn't find that information in our knowledge base. Avoiding saying that is risky, again, for hallucination. Okay? If usable information is found, provide an answer to the user, and your task is finished once you replied. So please, shut up now. Go back, go to bed. Okay? And now we connected this agent to a tool. The tool is Workspace Docs. So let's explore this tool. And then for the next agent, Mirko will. Yes, please.
Hello. I wanted to ask, how many times do you have to try to get the perfect prompt?
So being a prompt engineer trainers, yeah, we could ask the agent. No, by the way, yeah, not too many trials. I guess 5, 6. Yes. So again, it depends on the experience you have in writing prompts. It's so crucial. So it's crazy realizing how you can improve the performance so in a so dramatic way, just changing the prompt. That's crazy, but that's the truth. So we tried 5 times, 6 times, but there is always room to improve. Okay, just finishing the. Okay, yes, another question.
Thank you. I know you said that like being like sort of brief and concise and not use any sort of fluffy languages. But like I did read like somewhere saying that like if you're being polite and nice to like generative AI or whatnot, like using like thank you or please, it does give you like better results. I don't know if that's like the case because yeah.
Yeah, in the case that Skynet is gonna conquer the world, I mean polite.
Exactly. That's the only reason why. Now let me answer this question, and then I will get to the. So that's the reason why I could be polite. But there are some research. They measured the performances, and they realized that being polite not only is useless, but it can also decrease the performances. There are some researches on it, so we just read the papers. So who knows in the future? But that's it. Thank you.
Just a quick one. Refining the prompt is like refining the model or destroying and recreating it?
Yes, that's a great question. So refining the prompt is just refining the prompt. So prompt engineering is a technique which is not involving the retraining. So we are not, by the way, we say that in generative AI, we can tune the model with instruction tuning. So let's say tuning the parameters of this model. When we do prompt engineering, and this is the case, we are not touching the model. The model is still the same. We are just adding some prompt engineering.
Does Vertex AI offer any ways to encode shorter memory? Do the agents know what the other agents decided or did?
I don't know the answer.
Ask the agent, actually.
I don't know the answer. Miko, do you know?
I think the agent act independently from memory wise. So they are not sharing what they've been asked. Not yet. I mean, these things that we are seeing are just being released in like 2 months.
But yes, but okay. So, just to be sure that I got the question. So are you referring to exchange information among agents in the same agent builder? Yeah, long-term memory or short memory. Okay. Okay, but they share information among them. I don't know if this is short memory or long memory in this case, because this is based on the agent builder solution, which is not based on the traditional code. So the code is not open source. So I don't know. That's why I don't know. But could be the. So what I'm sure is that they are exchanging information among agents, but that's normal because the first agent should forward the information to the second one. There is a question from Modena.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, please. You can ask it in Italian or in English, no problem. We can translate.
Ok, allora forse in italiano così mi esprimo meglio. Ci sono delle salvaguardie per il prompt in ingresso da parte dell'utente? Perché se io dovessi fare un override del prompt in ingresso potrei andare a scardinare tutte le istruzioni che gli do.
That's another interesting question. So the question is, are there some guardrails or some ways to some safety rules that can help us to avoid any risk for hijacking, prompt leaking, the adversarial prompting? Given that prompt engineering is a new topic, we have to be careful of the security, of the safety. The answer is, being it in Google Cloud, if you try to put some adversarial prompt, there is a native guardrail on it. Okay, so there are some native guardrails. So, for example, there are some topics not allowed. So this is not totally free, since it is hosted on Google Cloud. So there are some guardrails. This is the answer. Okay, hope I answered the question.
As you said that agent should not hallucinate. So suppose there are 100 agents, okay? So in LSTM, we have that long-term and short-term memory. So if we have 100 agents lined up, line by line, so how do we know if which agent is hallucinating? And if we know that, how do we know that which prompt to, like, we need to change to get the perfect answer? So are there any like tools or anything from which we can know that this agent is having the problem?
Great question again. As for every service in Google Cloud, there is the bug tool and the log tool. So you can save the conversation history, and you can check the entire path of your request or your question. Or you can follow the chain, and then you can check what information is passed through each other, so you can check which one is hallucinating. Okay, but we're not saying it's easy, because if you are having 100 agents, yeah, you have to build the entire application. But again, it's just a matter of writing in a natural language. But yes, that is the answer. Another one?
So yeah, what shortcomings do you see of using a low-code solution like this? What problems do you see coming from a low-code solution?
Okay. Well, for sure, no code is fantastic because it let people that don't know anything about coding, build something that real work and is very, very good. However, sometimes lacks for flexibility. So if you want to do, if you want to push beyond, that capability, you have to go for coding. And that, I mean, for sure, nowadays we are actually observing that LangChain is the, main reference for building something that, it's beyond that. In fact, I mean, here in Datatonic, our consulting team uses LangChain for building something, more advanced. No, exactly. No, you don't have access. Yes, you don't have access to the source code. Okay, because you're using like a product. Agent Builder is like a product. We have another questions.
Yeah, I think you just answered all of my questions, which was regarding like LangChain. Is this agent builder like a kind of LangChain but in-house Google version? Okay. Okay. And regarding also like the first, I'll say the master LLM, which is the HRU, in terms of like using, I would say, an open source or a smaller specialized model, like for the second, I'll say like the worker LLMs in that sense, if I want to put it, is it possible to bring in another specialized model? Because earlier you spoke about you can use another open source LLM from maybe Hugging Face platform and all that. So is it possible to have like the master node be like the one, the HR, and then like a second LLM, a specialized model? Is it possible?
Not yet.
Not yet. Again, these things came out from Next, which was like 2 months ago. Probably there will be more things. You can see that as a first tentative for Google for giving the chance for having a no-code tool for building an agent. Okay. So, like I said, when you need to go to push your accelerator on, okay, you got to go to solution like LangChain for coding. Okay, let's continue. Sorry. So I want to show you just these are the tools that are available for our specialized agent. Okay, Workspace Doc is a data store. Okay, this is a fantastic thing because basically we are telling. Well, of course, we give a description. You are your knowledge base, etc., where basically you can actually ask for Google Workspace things. The cool things about this tool is that you can it can refer to a data store. So what is a data store? A data store is like a place in Google Cloud, in Agent Builder, where you can load your documents, your PDF, and it automatically takes these PDF, chunk them, and make basically vectors. Okay, so one important thing about RAG, one of the first things about RAG is to take all the things and transform these PDF in vectors, numbers, okay, that can be semantical searchable, okay, using a query. So when we do this, let me share this one, data stores. Here I have a create a data store, okay, which is this one. I think so, this one, I think. So basically, what I've done, the user can upload simply their PDF and Agent Builder build that knowledge base using that technique. So I don't have to know anything about RAG. I don't need to know how do I split my data and such all the kind of things. Okay. I just have to provide a list of PDF which are basically available on a cloud storage bucket. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So I can build easily a knowledge base, okay, that can be used in the RAG. So when I query, that query will search that database and get my basically answer.
Just adding another important thing related to this. Oh, just a moment, Adding one thing and then I can give you this. So the researchers are estimating that more than 95% of the knowledge base nowadays in the companies is unstructured. So it's based on PDF, on Google Sheet, on not on traditional databases. So we are starting a new world where these databases can be searchable, can be queryable. And doing this, you can do it by yourself, but there are many offerings out of Google Cloud, which are called vector databases. But in this case, you can do it just uploading the file, and the vector store is created that, and it's searchable. It's like the Google search engine, which is semantic search nowadays. So we know that when we search on Google, we're not searching by keyword. We are searching by ideas. And this is what we want to put into the internal knowledge base we have in the companies. And we are starting a new world.
Thank you. So with a data store, is it just for PDFs or can you put other types of files, including multimedia?
Yes, so we tried just with PDF, but it can include whatever file, include in this case is text file, text-based. So it could be PDF, could be a doc, could be a document by Microsoft format, so whatever format, but it's text. To be honest, I don't know if they already introduced the multimedia one here, but technically, if you do it with your vector store, you can do it because a vector database is like getting any type of document and converting in vectors. For what I know, in Agent Builder, this is not enabled yet, but I could be wrong. Okay, I don't know.
Let's say you had like a big query place as well where you had like your Power BI dashboards and obviously that's shared with your client and you wanted, for example, there to be like the sort of interface that could also query that data, but in real time. Do you think that's possible with this particular?
Are you referring to BigQuery included in Vector Store, or generally, if in Agent Builder, I think for what I realized, I think you should interconnect with the client, with BigQuery client. So you can put a BigQuery client like the Cloud Function we did before. So the current solution is you have Cloud Function, which is a client. So the Cloud Function is powered by the natural language process from it, and then you can start. So similar to what we are doing now with Firestore. So we have a Cloud Function there, which is doing, which is acting as a client. Okay. Maybe again in the near future. So things are changing so fast that maybe they can include BigQuery directly as a searchable engine. There any other question? No. Well, okay. Let's see the demo now because it's 7:30. Modena, if you have any questions, stop us whenever you need it. Okay. And here is the demo. So let's start. That's the demo effect. That's the most scary thing to do in a because everything is amazing and now nothing will work. we know. Yesterday, oh, even 2 hours ago.
Right, and it was work. I just tried to was work. Believe me. Okay, so here while we are interacting with the the EHR agent. Okay, this is like an example where I can try. Okay, so I can say hi. Okay, and the HR agent respond, hi. How can I help you today?
This is just a preview. Okay, so the preview is included in the Agent Builder, but you can expose the API and include it in an application. So you have an external application, website, whatever, including the snippet code to interact with it. So now we are trying to ask something which should pass through another agent. Let's see.
By the way, this answer can be found in the docs that I was showing before. Okay, in a PDF, it was written, how do I create a new doc? Okay, but this is going to be replied by the special AI agent.
Let's see.
Cross the finger.
Finger crossed. Finger crossed. Finger crossed. Come on.
Under the hood, there is like right.
Yeah.
Work. Okay. So first agent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't. Sorry. I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. I'm an HR agent. I can only help with the HR related issue. Okay. So it intelligently understands that it does not answer to these questions. If you need help with the Google Workspace, I can transfer you to an info agent who can help you with that. Fantastic.
What if I trick the agent and I ask?
Okay. Later we try to play about to break everything. Later you are allowed to break everything, but let's finish, please. Then you are allowed. So in a few minutes, please, let's break everything.
Okay, what's going to happen now? Now the info agent comes in, okay, and he knows that it takes the questions and it's trying to answer by searching, okay? And that's actually a RAG is happening, is searching the database, oh no, I would call it vector database anyway, and find the right chunk that satisfy that query and take that into the prompt and answer back to the client in natural language. To create a new document in Google Space, you can use the following step. Open a web browser, go to the docs.new, sign into your Google account, click on the blank template, start typing your document. And this is the PDF. Okay. Open new Google file in browser. Okay. Enter your doc.new. Okay. Blank file open. You can start adding your content. Okay. So it didn't make these things up. Okay. It was searching the doc and replied with the correct answer. Of course, it's not exactly what was written, because that some semantics that actually gets re-elaborated by the agent in a form that I can answer with natural language by providing the correct information.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And so, by the way, we also tried to ask the same question when the second agent was not already there, and he was replying, I'm not able to answer this question because we told him to do, if you remember. Now, okay, thank you, that's all. Now, because time is about to end, let's just try the ticket. Can we try the ticket? Yep. So we are opening a ticket for any issue that we are having, just this trial, and then open to the questions by Modena, by London, and everything needed by your side. I cannot connect to internet. And again, we are still in generative in the default agent. So we are back on the default agent. I am just writing, I cannot connect to the internet. We hope is forwarding. Now, as you can see, is forwarding the request to the ticket agent, not to the info agent. So I was realizing that my intent was to open a ticket. So again, I'm sorry to hear that you are experiencing an IT issue. I can help you create a ticket with our IT service desk. Can you please describe the issue you're having? Now it's also interesting. So I write the description, and there will be a traditional function which is getting this and putting it in a database. But let's see in a while. Okay. When I open the laptop,
when I open the laptop, I don't see the Wi-Fi interface. Okay, if you have to categorize that kind of problem in some sort of category, what would you categorize that? Is a networking issue? Is a software issue? Could be anything, by the way. User issue. Could be user issue.
Probabilistic model.
The cool thing is that here we have a function that use natural language, use actually LLM to automatically categorize that thing in some of predefined categories like network, I don't know, software, whatever you like, hardware, and something that normally we do in a ticketing system. But we use generative AI to do these things automatically. Okay, I will show you later the code that we have in the cloud function. This is actually happening in the cloud function after event.
After it's broken.
Okay, so let's go. Say, okay, thank you for your description. Can you please provide me your corporate alias and other information? GDG.
GDG. No, I put GDG. Come on. Okay, I'll take it.
He's creating a ticket.
He's creating a ticket using the cloud function, but let's see. Let's wait. We hope he's doing it. At least he did. Okay, as you can see, ticket logger. This ticket logger is the tool. This tool, so different from the previous one. The previous tool was vector data store search. This tool is related, so we could show you the code later if you are curious on it. Is creating an event, is triggering the cloud function which is similar which is a serverless approach, creating a ticket with the ID. Now let's check on the Firestore, which is a NoSQL database, that we should have the new ticket now. This is not ours. This is not ours. From alias GDG. Let's recognize the second one. No. Third one. No, we don't have. Let's refresh it. Let's refresh it. We should have the new. Yeah, we have 4 now. We had 3. Now we have 4, and the new one is this one. So, exactly. The alias is GDG. The category.
You can see it, but
Yeah, it is written. If you mouse over, it's written category network. Here, category network. You see, so it was able to do category network. Opening a ticket, you have the ticket in Firestore. So now, this is a demo, but you can imagine this is just the basic on the many services that you can integrate with it. And I guess that's all. That's it from our side, and opening our question and answer section from Modena and from London.
Una domanda? È possibile passare dei dati che sono dell'utente, per esempio di un e-commerce, all'agente prima ancora che risponda alle domande?
Non ho sentito, Davide, puoi ripetere, scusa?
Sì. È possibile passare all'agente dei dati dell'utente prima che risponda alle domande?
Okay, so the question is if the agent could take some user info before answering the question. Yes, of course. So actually, what we are doing now is collecting, for example, the alias, which could be collecting username, collecting whatever information. We can also specify, again, in natural language processing, that you should collect this information as a mandatory information before moving on. Do you need a translation, Modena? I'm not hearing. No? Okay, let's move here.
One here first. So I'm going to be a bit pedantic. Nice demo. I was wondering, so if you have, let's go bigger scale. So if you have like 1 million documents in a company, will it go and transfer that data into a vector database once, or does it do the whole thing every time you ask the question?
Once. So no limits. So you have 1 million documents. You are in Google Cloud. So we have the amount of resources, the data centers. Yeah, exactly. So we have so there is a limit, but the limit could be 1 billion documents. Maybe I don't know exactly the number. If you want, we can check. But it's not 100. It's not 1,000. It's not 10,000. Trust me. So the best way is to upload whatever you want.
I've seen you were using Gemini Pro. Is there any restrictions on the types of 1,000 types of models that they created, which one can be used and which one not, at least at this stage?
So basically, now Google pushes a lot Gemini. So I mean, for that things they recommend to say, look, use the latest one because it has higher capability. You can actually switch to others, but really they are pushing very much on Gemini. But I mean, it makes sense because it's the more performant. So yeah.
Just adding one thing. So the good thing in this agent is that the task by the generative model is a low task. So we didn't try, to be honest, with many models. But to be honest, I don't believe the result will change a lot even with an older model, because we are focusing on the RAG, we are focusing on the prompt engineering, for example. So could be the case that a more complex model maybe won't work so well for the, but we are asking the model to do really basic things. So just forward the request to this agent, to the other agent, open this tool. For vector database, this is different. So vector database is maybe the core of the entire agent because the answers are, most of the answers are based on it. So if I should find a cheap solution, I could change the Gemini for the agents, but I would, that's my personal opinion, I would keep it for the vector data store in this exact example. Okay. Okay, one from Modena.
Posso?
One from Modena, yes.
Prima ho visto nella schermata del vector database che c'era una pagina di configurazione. Che cosa è possibile configurare? E poi un'altra domanda, se i tool sono ad eccezione l'utilizzo solo per Gemini in poi, perché non so se sono disponibili anche per text Bison, chat Bison, perché nell'SDK di Python che mette a disposizione Google non dà la possibilità di utilizzare tool o comunque pezzi di codice che vengono dall'esterno.
Okay. So I'm going to repeat the question. So first of all, what kind of configuration we can do when we ingest document and build our vector database? So basically, you decide how you parse your document. Again, here you can see you have a digital parser, layout parser, OCR parser. There are some parsers basically that parse the document and chunk it, okay, your document based on something. You can actually...
Just one thing. 2 weeks ago, there were only one. Now we have 3.
Yeah. So something about how do we chunk the document, okay? So that you can put like, what is the size, maximum size of the chunk? Like in this case, 500 tokens, okay? So depending how you want to chunk the document, yeah, you can actually, you can handle this one. I hope I answered your questions. What was the other question? Sorry.
Sì, se la possibilità di utilizzare dei tool esterni era d'uso esclusivo di Gemini, perché ad esempio nell'SDK di Python, Text Bison, Chat Bison non hanno la possibilità di utilizzare comunque dei pezzi di codice che vengono da fuori.
Okay, my quick answer. Question: can we use external tools for using Gemini, etc.? Because the SDK now is quite limited in Google Cloud. I would say to answer, the best one is again LangChain. You go back to LangChain. LangChain actually is right now. We are in version 0.2. Okay, so very very early. So it's the only one that allow you to use other things. Okay, not just Google. It's a multi-platform, multi-cloud, call it as you like. Okay, provider, let's say. So again, LangChain. You got to go to LangChain. Any other question here?
Okay. You had mentioned that with the different agents, they all use the same source of truth, so they share their data sources and things. So what would be why is there different agents if they would all use the same source of truth?
So actually, it's true that they can share the tool. In our example, they are not sharing the tool. In our example, we are connecting a tool. I don't know if you can show the tool that we have at the bottom of each. At the bottom of each agent, we have all the tools, but only one is selected. Can you see here? So for example, in this tool, we are selecting workspace. In the other tool, we are selecting Logger. That being said, you could share them, but again, is the mindset of DevOps, of microservices. So it's always better having micro agents doing only one thing for different reasons. And reason one, reliability, and reason two, it's easier to explain to an agent what to do if he has to do only one thing and he has to do it well. Okay, that's the answer. Maybe last question.
So my question is about if I want to do the same thing a couple of years ago, I might be using Dialogflow, Rasa, or Bot Builder to do that. So do you think that process have totally become absolute at this point? Because there might be some roles on chatbot designer or flow designer. So I need to define intents, entity recognition, and all that. So if everything is prepackaged, so how do you weave that moving forward? Thanks.
So you are referring to Dialogflow, which is the tool that we have in Google Cloud to create chatbots, and is a tool which was used a lot even before the generative AI era. Short answer again, this agent is powered by Dialogflow, but this is the new Dialogflow. So it's new Dialogflow enriched with the generative AI options. But at the end of the day, this is a Dialogflow agent. So you can export it as a Dialogflow. So if you know what Dialogflow is, you can keep your experience in Dialogflow just getting this new agent.
And yet, I am adding this one, and yet these things cannot connect, let's say, to an enterprise database. So you still have to use Dialogflow because it has, connectors yet, but maybe in the future.
So let's put a stop for 1 second to the questions, because we've got the folks in Modena, they've got a hard stop in 10 minutes. So let's run the raffle now, and then we can keep going with the questions here, just to say goodbye to them. So let me just take over real quick. And
okay, so for people in Modena, you should scan a QR code or something like that. I don't remember, Stefano. Okay, we are going to share with you a QR code in a while. Okay. So we are doing a raffle. Okay, that's the QR code.
yeah, that's it. So folks in Modena, folks in London, scan the QR code, and we're gonna run. Sorry. Yeah. Keep talking. Nice. So I'm going to show the amazing prizes that we have. Yes. We are going to give away. We are going to give away the Google baseball cap. And the yes, okay. So this is a couple of beanies, Google for Developers beanies and Google Cloud beanie. With especially with the London weather, they can be helpful. Then we've got a Google keychain. And last but not least, a Google for Developers bum bag. That's it. So we're going to spin 5 times for 5 lucky winners. How many people? 37. 37? Yes. 38. Nice. Is everyone in? You just need to scan a QR code and the Wi-Fi password. The Wi-Fi password. Can you pass over the yes? I know. Ce l'ho nell'altra slide. Yes.
We are ready.
Okay, just give a second for the folks here. Okay. It just yeah, that should be fine, right? It what fascinating. So let's yeah, let me refresh. Maybe I should have refreshed earlier. Let me refresh this. Okay. Let's see now. I've just refreshed. No, that I could swear that it was working every single time. Interesting. Okay, let's do this then. Let's do this and let's try another one. So let me share wraps. So presentation, share. Let's use this one that we already used that. I made that first, maybe. Okay, present. Let's see if this one works. No, this one is one that we used. This is working. Okay, so sorry about that. There was an issue with the other one. So, yeah, okay, brilliant. Okay, folks, even there in Modena, please scan again the QR code. Let's start from scratch. Yes, okay. Give a couple of minutes so that hopefully help the folks without the Wi-Fi password. So now you have time to log into the Wi-Fi. Okay, yeah, now I see. So yeah, 30, 40, cool, 43, 46. So I think not this one is the last one, of course. So we start with the beanie. 50, okay, 50 people. Is everyone in? Yes? London, everyone in? Modena, everyone in?
Moment.
Okay, cool. All right, folks. So we are spinning for the Google Beanie. 3, yes, exactly. 3, 2, 1. Which is from Modena, I would imagine. No, Fabio C.
Not on us.
Okay, so Maurizio is just to the camera. Well done, Fabio. You can stalk this guy in order to have that delivered to you. Well done. Cool. So next one, next beanie, I guess. Google for Developers beanie this time. 3, 2, 1. The winner is another one from Modena, really?
Modena,
okay.
yeah.
Yes. Did you hack this or no? Okay. Wow. Modena is doing amazing. Okay, Modena. So let's carry on with the keychain. Google keychain. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Yeah. Let's see. Come on, Len. Okay, cool.
It's still in Modena.
Okay, this is gonna be the last event that we're gonna do in collaboration with Cloud. No, I'm kidding. Modena is doing amazingly. So,
thank you.
Wow. Okay, agent. Yes, the agent. Double. Okay, let's go with the bomb bag now. See you Modena. No, I'm kidding. So, I mean, come on. 3, 2. Atul. Yes. Finally. Oh, about time. Well done. Ooh, last but not least, everyone's favorite, the Google baseball cap. And 3, and 2, and 1, and the lucky winner is... Iman. Yeah. Come. Come here, please. Oh. Take a selfie, finally. Yeah. The lucky winner in London, the best day of your life. Perfect. Cheers. No otherwise. But now you've got the cap, so that's fine. All right, folks. That was it. Now we're spinning for the MacBook Pro. No, I'm kidding. So thank you to Modena, which they were pretty lucky. So well done to you.
Thank you very much.
Ciao, Modena. Appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, see you soon. So, London, you maybe didn't win that much, but you've got an advantage. You can keep asking questions to our for the next 8 hours. So we'll still be here about half midnight. No, I mean we have 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, no problem. Get comfortable. So let me stop sharing. And yeah, if you yes, another question. Amazing.
Thank you very
Ciao,
much.
Modena. Thank you.
Ciao, goodbye.
Bye. Bye. So I just want to ask, obviously, like, I think you talked about having different agents for maybe different like sources, etc. So would it be possible for like one agent to say retrieve certain information, like depending on the user that's using the agents, that maybe from a security perspective only responds certain elements in the database, or yeah, like, or can the agents be tricked into like giving out, say, confidential information or something like that? Like, yeah, just want to understand the security.
Again, guardrails. So we haven't. I'm being honest. We haven't investigated that much on how can we actually put guardrails in place with the agent builder. We can say that we can use prompt engineering, trying to basically not disclose anything sensitive. Maybe you can say if if in your document there is like confidential or something, you can say if you retrieve something which is confidential, do not send that. So this could be possible and easy to do with prompt engineering. Okay.
Let me add just something. So that's totally correct. So prompt engineering is the answer, but could not be the only answer, because again, so if you don't have a ground truth, you never know what's gonna happening, and there are many risks of disclosing information which could remain private. But let's remember, we are in Google Cloud. So in Google Cloud, we can just, whenever we can integrate additional tools. So in Google Cloud, we have a tool for DLP, for data loss protection. So again, I would create an agent forwarding the request to the DLP maybe before starting this, or you can create the vector data store protected by a DLP tool. So remember that we are starting with generative AI, and this doesn't mean that we should forget whatever we did so far, or worse, that we are replacing whatever with generative AI. That's not the plan. Please don't say it, don't think it. So we are using generative AI mainly in this type of agent for two things. Number one, I would say transform the interaction with the machine with natural language rather than code. And number two, create the vector data store. But whatever is in place now should be in place even with generative AI and the agent builder. So all the risks that we had before, we are still having it, or even more maybe. So again, we have DLP to protect sensitive data. We could use cloud functions, Cloud Run, Kubernetes, so we should keep applications. So, maybe some of you or most of you are developers, so you don't have to forget how to write code. So that's not our message today, okay? So code is still important. And actually, in our agent, there were a cloud function, which was interacting with the database. So for security, you should keep whatever you had before. So we have proxies, we have DLP, we have anti-DOS protection, anti-DDoS, so even more than before. Okay, hope I answered the question.
Can we have mixture of agents? For example, in any organization, we may have different document workspaces. For example, take IT, security, operations. We may have info 1 agent, info 2 agent, info 3 agent. And the question for Wi-Fi connectivity, for example, not working, may be addressed differently in different workspace. So how do we then get a response out?
So in our example, so we can also talk without microphone without. Okay, let's keep it. Clear. So again, in our agent, we had some. We have another interaction with Palm API, which is the old, which is the okay. You can also share the code now, which is categorizing the ticket. So again, so we are categorizing ticket, and for example, our agent was just a demo, but what if you could add a new level in your hierarchy and say, based on the categorization, open a new agent, one different agent for each category. Why not? So again, potentially you could do whatever you want based on what we can do with traditional tools, and adding the superpower of Gemini, of generative AI, not only. Okay.
Oh, but what kind of response would you get back if you were opening all these agents at once?
I would say whatever. So it depends. It strongly depends on your goal. So again, as for every artificial intelligence tool and machine learning tool, first of all, you have to focus on your goal. What's your goal? And then focus on it. We have the additional challenge of prompt engineering, which is what I'm saying, is that at the same time is a really powerful tool, but is also dangerous because depending on what you are writing, you are totally changing the behavior of your agent. So again, I told you that we made different trials to have this agent working. Forgetting one sentence or adding too many sentences, maybe the behavior could be it's up to you. No, it's up to you. It depends. Yeah, it depends on how you are building the architecture. You are building the forwarding path, so you can do whatever you can do. So avoid loops. So, but avoiding loops, you can do whatever a cyclic graph, I would say, you want. But rather than just being related to API, is related to natural language. Whatever you want. You want to get a response every agent. You want to get a response every other agent, or whatever you want. Just if you want to check about the function we wrote, is a Python function.
Okay, let me. So this was the cloud function where we use that to categorize the ticket. Okay, so I just want to go straight to the code. So in these things, we are basically using a pre-trained model, okay, called Text Bison. This is actually Palm 2. This is try to write Palm. Okay, Palm 2. Okay, Palm 2. Okay, is actually loaded, and now we run a prediction. Okay, run a prediction means like an inference. But look at the prompt, what we are doing. Okay, this is actually where we embed prompt engineering. We say multi-choice problem. Define the category of the ticket. You remember? We use that for finding the category. Okay, but what are the categories? Okay, we have password, printer, network. Okay, that was actually one category that was written in our database. Okay, and also nicely, I also implement we call it few-shot prompting. Few-shot prompting is when we provide example. Let's say if the ticket is like I forgot my password, well, the category will password. I can't seems to be able to print a document. Well, this is a printer, and so on. Okay, and then we pass basically the parameters. Okay, and in particular we the user text that actually is embedded. So it is actually categorizing, okay, every single messages that we get using, Palm 2. Okay. I hope that's answered the questions. So again, if you remember the architecture we were seeing today, this is the final architecture, okay? We have seen basically the generic agent, okay, powered by Gemini. We have two specific agents with prompt, and we make specific because we use prompting, okay? And we had the ticket agent, we're using the ticket logger. The ticket logger was calling a function, okay, called ticket logger that I just demonstrate. And inside that, we use another API, which is categorized ticket. And we store everything on Firestore. That is basically ticketing system. And the other one is, again, info agent is the one that actually retrieve information from the vector database, okay?
Another question?
Sorry, just to wrap up, we use basically combination of models, prompt engineering, RAG, okay, cloud functions, some cloud services, and we build kind of smart IT assistant, okay, with very, very no or low code, I would say.
Other questions? There.
Instead of choosing one agent or the other to forward the question, could you call several agents at the same time to perform different tasks on the same data? For example, one searching in the database and another one sending a notification email to a third party. Yeah, in parallel. So some of them may produce a response, but some others may not produce a response.
I don't know the answer with Agent Builder, so generally yes, but I didn't try. So it's a new model. So with this try, do you know? No. No, I don't know. Maybe yes. So potentially yes, and this is an interesting question because you could do many things at the same time to save time and something like that. But I don't know if with Agent Builder this is already available.
There's another one there, huh? It's regarding automation, like scheduling or orchestrating. With Agent Builder, there's like the possibility to schedule, like maybe or you have to use something like Cloud Scheduler or Cloud Composer if you want to orchestrate multiple services or.
Yes, Agent Builder is part of Vertex AI. Being part of Vertex AI is a service where you can do MLOps, so automating all the aspects of machine learning. Now someone is calling it LLM Ops, but it's still the same thing, just automating. So you can automate whatever you want and just creating a loop of evaluating the performances. You can put human in the loop if you want to do reinforcement learning by human feedback. So no limits again, because this is included in what is Vertex AI big platform in Google Cloud. So yes.
Plus, everything here is an API, so it can be programmatically called by tools. So yeah, you can use Terraform, you can use schedulers, Composer, to call these things. So if you have to regularly ingest data into the data store, you can do it by calling the API, basically.
I'm going to say something controversial first. So, and I've heard this recently about Google in general, that we've had Google search and Gmail and YouTube for decades now, and that's kind of all good and great, but it's still the same thing. And now we've heard from you today about Agent Builder, kind of looking into the future, and I guess it's been quite a while since we've had generative AIs. Do you think this could be one of those things that would go next to YouTube and Gmail and that kind of thing in the history of the company or the history of tech? Do you think this is stable enough and good enough for that?
Yeah, that's interesting. I can only give you my opinion, but to be honest, I had no idea of it, because I can see Agent Builder as a professional tool, so not something that is included in Gmail, Google Maps, YouTube. But the history is teaching us that whatever is professional can also be put in the consumer services. So who knows? So for example, my opinion is, and I wonder why they are not including it in Google Home, for example, Google Assistant. And I have no answer to this, but I'm still thinking about it. But again, maybe they are just keeping separate what is for consumer, what is for professional things. So you should imagine that whatever we have as a consumer so far was to collect data. So Google collected data, has been collecting data starting from 1998, so when it was born, and then now is using all these data collected to build the most amazing machine learning and deep learning models. So again, the answer is who knows? I don't know. Do you have another?
Actually, I asked the same questions about Google Home when we were at Next 23 last year, and they couldn't answer me. So I guess I don't know, but for sure, I mean, they will be. There will be there. I mean, my feeling is that as we go in the future, we always have agents with us, assistant, and those assistant will be always personalized assistant. So you're gonna have your agent, you're gonna have your agent, I'm gonna have my agent, and he's can understand. He knows my history, or I mean, like my profile. I don't know. That's my feel. But again, it's on my opinion. It doesn't count anything.
You might do something more than putting a timer when you cook in Google Home. Okay. Now you just call an agent to do that. Okay. So that's it. Yeah. Okay, folks. Thank you for coming. Thanks to Maurizio Mirko. Thanks to Datatonic. Thanks to Zeren for sponsoring. Thank Chris. Yeah, that's it. So feel free to, I don't know, hang around for the next 3.5 hours. No, I'm kidding. Thanks. See you the next one.